Do you want to know why some people achieve greatness while others stay in mediocrity? Here's the harsh reality of that. Most people hate failure, refuse to learn, lack self beliefs, chase the wrong goals, and waste their time on jealousy. But you don't have to be like most people. If you're ready to break free from the ordinary and reach extraordinary heights, keep watching. Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan Aquino and I help teach the next generation. So this is actually a video I wanted to make on because the term mediocrity, I kind of always felt negative about it. And I've always thought that being extraordinary was just this thing that was set for like the top 1% of people, and that you can't be amazing. You have to be born amazing. But that's just not the case, actually. It's actually pretty, I would say, easy to understand the concepts of being extraordinary and being a top 1% person. But it's just a lot harder for people to actually do it because it does take a lot of effort, a lot of work, time invested into it, sacrifice potentially. Like, it does take a lot of stuff, which is why people will, for the most part, stay in mediocrity because they won't take that opportunity to go from here to here. So I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to, explain the main things that I mentioned in the intro as to why people don't do the things that will get them to the next level. It's not hard. I personally did it over a span of a year or two or so. It's a time thing, but you do it right, you do it well, and then who knows, maybe in a couple of years, you'll be in the top 1%, as people say. I hate, whatever. So most people hating failure. Everyone, I feel, even at a young age, if they mess up, they feel really bad about it. I have seen countless times so many students crying, being scared, nervous when during their belt ceremony, one of the things they have to do is break a board using a breaking technique, whether it was a knife hand or an elbow strike or a back kick or even something more advanced. If they didn't break it on the first try, all of a sudden, it was so rare for so many of them to break on the next one because they would doubt themselves, they failed, they messed up. So, everyone hates failing. However, if you want to be successful, extraordinary, impressive, you will love failure and you will always learn from it. So you have to be willing to fail to build your character. It brings humility and it accelerates your growth. So in terms of my personal failures, the biggest one personally would be my relationship. In high school and part of college, I was in a relationship with someone for about 2 years. And looking back on it, was frankly a fucking horrible boyfriend in the sense of not understanding what it meant to be in a relationship, like fully or at all. I didn't understand it. And by the time I got to the end of it, just looking back, I'm so shameful that I was like that. But because I was in that and I can look back on it, I can understand what I did wrong and know that I can't do that again because I messed up. That's my fault for being a terrible boyfriend. So now I have to make sure I improve for the next time I'm in a relationship. And the other one would be, more business. So not fully understanding, a system, not understanding an AI, not understanding this, buying wrong books is like the big one where I remember my friend and we went to thrifting around our area and half of the books were scanned with the wrong parameters. So they checked in as very, very bad books. So we wasted about $100 to $250 on books that will never sell for a profit. So that hurt, but I learned, and now we're doing 100 times better than we were 2 years ago. So you got to improve over time. So the next one would be most people refuse to learn. I think I know like one person who reads. I know like one person who wants to get up early. I know one person that wants to keep going in terms of work. Because every day that you read, every day you wake up early, every day you want to keep going on your goals, millions of other people refuse to do that and will not do that. So you're that special little snowflake that's pushing harder and harder and going forward. So the best opportunities have the least competition. I have been around the reselling business for my thing for around 4 years. And when I started at the worst possible time during the pandemic. So what that meant was everything was closed, no one was going out. So what that meant was because no one was going out and because they were afraid, when places opened up, I started going out and sourcing books, which meant that no one else, because they were scared, was getting books, which led to me getting like thousands and thousands of dollars profit because of the books, because no one was going out. Nowadays, there are people. However, when I go out, I know where all the good stuff is. I know that even if I don't get anything here, I can beat everyone else to the next place because I know that's where everyone's heading. Sure enough, that place would have stuff. They would come in and waste their time. So you have to be always on the move. You got to be nimble. You got to always be willing to learn. You do that, you're going to be doing some great stuff. Now, this is probably the biggest one for me. Most people don't believe in themselves. A lot of people don't. When they have goals, they don't feel like they can hit the goals, and they'll never will. It's kind of sad thing about it, because everyone should hit their goals. Everyone should hit, their potential, but most people won't. So an easy way to do it is to tell your mind what to do, and it will make it happen. So a personal example for me, I believed for years when I first started that my book business would allow me to quit my teaching job. And then 3 years later, I was able to quit because I kept believing over and over and over in my head, you're going to make this work and you're going to make enough that you don't have to work a job again. It took a lot of work, a lot of grinding, a lot of everything. But because I believed, I was able to. Now, if someone else was in my position, they would have quit several times. There were so many obstacles in the way my business partner and I had to go through. You have to keep in mind, believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Following this is probably my personal favorite one. Most people seek titles and money. And to put it simply, titles don't mean shit. I don't care, personally, if you're a CEO, if you're the janitor, if you're a waitress, you're the manager, you're a founder. Because you know what? Who cares? If you want to label me as the CEO, the owner, the founder of my business, yeah, I am. Do you know what I don't feel like? A CEO, a founder. Like, I don't feel like that. I'm just a dude. I don't care about the title. The title is just that. It's just a title. But some people take it so seriously that they change. Dude, I'm just a dude that just scans books. Like, I'm a founder. That don't mean I don't have to wear the suits. The fuck? No. And people let it get to their heads. Completely loses them. So don't do that. If you have a title, you have just that. A title. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just there. It's just a title. I'm a founder. I don't feel like a founder. I don't really care. People call me the fucking bitch boy. Cool. I don't care. I'm gonna do my own thing. So whatever title you have, do your own thing. You know what I mean? It's like titles don't mean anything anymore. And the other one is money. So it's a very taboo topic. And I'm gonna give my personal opinion. If you disagree with me, great. If you agree with me, also great. So money will make you feel empty if you pursue it in the wrong way. Because I know a lot of people have told me when I was growing up that you don't need to make so much money. Money is evil. You'll never feel fulfilled with money. I just have to hardcore disagree with that. If you do it in the wrong way, absolutely. Because the money will feel meaningless. But from my perspective, the money I make from books, oh, I feel great. Even if it's like a couple hundred, couple thousand nowadays, oof, that feels good because I made it and I put work into it. So I got it. When I was working as an instructor, it didn't really mean as much. The money didn't mean as much. It was probably the third or fourth most important thing. The most important thing for me when I was teaching was, am I having fun doing this? Or does it feel like a job? Because for me, the biggest thing is if my work feels like a job, a chore, I don't want to do it anymore. So when I've got to that point, I just quit. I just stopped. I told them, yeah, I'm done. This doesn't feel fun anymore. I'm out of here. And after that, the rest is history. So Don't spend your life chasing the wrong things and focus on becoming the person you're incredibly proud to be. So I'm currently trying to improve my YouTube. I'm currently trying to grow my YouTube, my personal brand. So this is something that I'm going to be very proud of a couple of months from now, when this has grown, when I'm making income from it, when I'm coaching people on time management. Like, I'm going to be so proud of myself. I'm putting in the effort now because I know later on it's all going to work out in the end. And I hope the same goes for you as well. Another one, this one is, pretty obvious. Most people spend their time being jealous. Instead of being jealous, just work on being successful. Kind of the idea is stay in your lane. Don't really worry about others. So to give you a personal experience, I used to be jealous of others living the life that I wanted, where they would have all the money in the world, they could go wherever they want, have all the freedom in the world, and I didn't have that, and I was jealous of them. But eventually I grew up and I went, no, I can't continue to waste my time being jealous. So I woke up and decided no more. Time to make that life. So I did. And it's going well so far. I'm going to move in the next couple of months. I'm going to, never have to work a job necessarily again if I don't need to or if I don't want to. And I have all the time in the world to do whatever I want. And currently it's fulfilling my dream of being a content creator on YouTube. So don't be jealous. Work on the stuff that you want to work on. And probably a big thing, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about what others are doing in terms of stay in your lane. Stay focused. Stay motivated. Stay hungry. Continue in your lane and you will succeed. If you worry about others, it's going to take away effort and focus. And you don't need that. You need to focus on your thing so you can go from here to here. All right. And lastly, most people will fight for a mediocre life, leaving the extraordinary life to you. So many people will stay in mediocrity and they will continue to fight for it, which means you can go for the extraordinary life with very little competition. And I think something that really clicked with me, even if you fail, let's say everything just utterly fails, your business absolutely bankrupts, collapses, you will regret at least trying. You will not regret at least trying, because a lot of people's, I think I've read a couple times, when older people on their deathbeds, their biggest thing is regret. And I don't want to regret taking a chance now while I'm still young and can still do a lot. So I'm doing a lot of crazy shit, crazy moves now. And if everything fails, everything goes tits up, everything goes wrong, at least I tried. And at that point, I can live a life of mediocrity because I've tried to live the extraordinary, didn't work out. And for me, I have like the safety net of, well, if everything goes wrong, nothing goes right, everything goes to shit, I can just be a full-time Taekwondo instructor and be set for the rest of my life because I can do that skill. It pays very well. At least I've tried. I don't have to think about it going, man, I wish I did it when I was younger. I wish I tried when I was younger. Don't regret. If you have the chance, take it. Try and go to the next level. Make sure. Don't try and live a mediocre life. Try to live that extraordinary life that you feel you deserve.